Around 1 million species on Earth is at risk for extinction. Species extinction is a current threat to the population's trophic pyramid. The San Diego Frozen Zoo is just one of the few institutions making an excellent effort in combating extinction. The Frozen Zoo uses nitrogen tanks to freeze cells of species in order to put them in a suspended animation state. The suspended state helps save the cells for research and further reproduction of the species. In a video by Techno, Phil Torres describes the frozen zoo as living cells from over 1,000 species preserved frozen to help protect future generations of animals that are currently facing extinction. Frozen zoos work towards giving the opportunity for life to continue for these species. African elephants, northern rock rhinos, and western lowland gorillas are three species that have benefited from the San Diego Frozen Zoo. At the Beckman Center for Conservation Research, scientists are using whole genome sequencing processing to save animal species like the African elephants, northern rock rhinos, and western lowland gorillas. The African elephant is just one species that is being used in the Genome 10K project. In Genomes Are Us, Oliver Ryder states sequencing her genome as a representative of an early branch of mammalian tree of life contributed to the Human Genome Project. It is also confirmed that there are two separate species of African elephants, one living in the savannas and the others in the forests, clarified their time of divergence from a common ancestor and identified that in the past, some interbreeding between them occurred. Artificial insemination was used on one of the last two female northern rock rhinos by the Frozen Zoo, and she gave birth to a male. In another article by the San Diego Zoo, they announced the historic birth of a southern white rhino. The analysis revealed that they are distinct subspecies. Another step requires conversion of the cells preserved from 12 northern white rhinos in the Frozen Zoo to stem cells that could develop into sperm and eggs. A process currently being worked on in the Conservation Genetic Lab at the San Diego Zoo Institute for Conservation Research. Camilla is the first western lowland gorilla to complete genome sequences for the studies of her taste receptors. Oliver also states in the article Genomes Are Us, recognizing that plants with toxic compounds are present in the gorilla's environment, it has been suggested that mechanisms resulting in noxious plants being unpalatable pose a survival advantage. This knowledge can facilitate the study of the gorilla's diet in the wild. The San Diego Frozen Zoo is using artificial insemination, genome sequencing, and the 10K Genome Project to help preserve life of species that are due for extinction.
Gone? In the case of where something is very recently extinct or on the verge of extinction, it might be that the niche is still vacant. And by filling that vacated niche, we might stabilize the community. And in doing so, actually save other species that might have gone extinct if that niche had been left vacant.
Why should we preserve endangered species around the world?
We have inherited the earth from our ancestors. It's our responsibility to pass it on to our descendants.
In conclusion, the African elephants, northern rock rhinos, and the western lowland gorillas are three species that have benefited from the San Diego Frozen Zoo. The research done by the Frozen Zoo reveals pertinent information to not only the current generations, but also future generations. The Frozen Zoo in San Diego was able to continue the life of African elephants by using the 10K genome sequencing. The 10K Genome Project helps scientists to analyze genetic makeup of African elephants to help them reproduce and thrive further. White rhinos were saved from extinction using knowledge from the San Diego Frozen Zoo. Artificial insemination was a technique used by scientists to help further the lifespan of the white rhinos. Frozen zoos did research on western lowland gorillas to analyze their DNA. Frozen zoos were able to use information from genome sequencing to help save gorillas from further extinction. With a breakdown of specific species DNA sequences, San Diego Frozen Zoo is putting in work to end extinction.